Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Freedom Mind!
This is your boy Dizzy Mac here with the First Lady of Sports Talk, the one and only Cheryl Smith. Joined, of course, by the lovely Shimmy Shea Girl, and our panel today includes my partner, Joe, Midas Mind Miller. And
What's happening?
Hey, that's my boy. And hey, our special guest on the panel is Ronald Agers, contributing writer for Full Court Press.
Hey, Dizzy Mac, that's Ronald Agers.
Ronald,
not a Robert. We don't want no Robert. I'm a Ronnie, so I know how a Ronald feels.
Agers, contributing writer for Full Court Press. Ronald, how you doing?
How you doing? Doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Hey, good, man. Don't be afraid of the Shimmy Shea Girl. They checking you out. They swarming around you. So hey, if you love lovely women, voluptuous women, just fall back. They'll catch you.
That's all. That's my favorite. That's my favorite pastime, man. We good.
All right, hey, man. Hey, you gonna have a good time. I knew I liked you the first time I saw you, man. Ronald. All right, well, First Lady, we got a lot to talk about. Hey, I've been gone on vacation. I got a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna let you go with what you saying to kick it off.
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdie known as the phone thief wishes he could fly far away from the video of him being chased down by my girl, the greatest American athlete on this generation, Serena. I didn't mean to choke at the end, Williams, after stealing her cell phone. The thief has not been identified, but be rest assured he will after Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the mainstream media post his face everywhere. The phone thief is in hot doo-doo. Hey, boyfriend, we wonder why Serena is running him down while you are feeding your face. Is Serena really super lady? Is the phone thief really dumb? Is the New York State attorney licking his chops? Charlie Angels, Wonder Woman, Sheba Baby, and Cleopatra Jones and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? Well, come on now. We all know Serena Williams is from Compton, California, so she is tough as nails. So she has no fear of chasing down somebody who's going to take her phone. And hey, she wasn't going to wait for her wimpy date. You know, he needs to step up to the plate instead of him waiting to finish eating his food from his plate. Come on, Serena is Superwoman. I mean, did you see those pictures of her in that costume for Halloween? She really didn't know that she was going to have to beat Superwoman, but she sure was Superwoman. I mean, she ran after him like he had stolen her phone. And I don't care. That man, he is definitely one of our need to grows for this year. Because I don't know what he was thinking. What was he thinking?
Great.
Yeah. I tell you, he probably thought Serena's nude pictures were on those cell phones. That's why he grabbed it. You know, he was lusting after Serena, so he said, let me grab her cell phone. Maybe she got her body on that cell phone. You know, that seems to be the new thing now with all the celebrities. So maybe that's what he thought. And he, to be honest with you, he looked like a pervert. So I really hope someone identifies him because they need to put his name out there. But you can rest assured he's not going to be convicted of any crime because actually she got her cell phone back. So let me go to the panel. So, Ronald, what do you think about this?
Well, number one, if I'd have been a man, shout out to you, Serena. I mean, look, I'm in Charlotte if you want to holler at the boy. But anyway, Personally, you know her date was probably Drake because he ain't got the cojones enough to stop anybody anyway. She probably the man in the relationship anyway. But let's be one with her being from Compton, Venus, and you know something with Venus as her sister. Let's just say Venus ain't as cute as Serena is, and the fact that
and the fact throwing some shade.
And her crazy daddy, man. You don't be messing with that phone. You don't want them type of problems, man. They from Compton. They raw. They got real problems. They got black folk problems. You ain't trying to mess with their phone. Go on, keep it walking. and as muscular as she is, man, shoot, man, she could walk me home at night. Man, you can go straight down. You can go down Crip country in some red gear, and you ain't got to worry about nothing with Serena on your side. People been sliding back. Who you with, Lo? Serena. Oh, cool. Yeah. Back off.
All right, Ronald. Well, she wasn't with Drake. She was with some white guy. I'm not sure who he was, but I guess
Same difference.
Told later. Okay. All right. Dizzy Mac. He said doesn't make a difference. Okay. Dizzy Mac, what's your take on this?
Well, see, where I'm from, Ronald, what we do with her date is this: stand him up, put a blindfold on him, put a cigarette in his mouth, strip his stripes, and then slap him 2 times with some leather gloves across his face. You are just a wimp. But hey, I would not want Serena running after me. She was looking serious. Off a mud hole in that boy behind. But nah, you don't want them problems. You don't want Serena. Hey, that's all you need is Serena to be on the news doing the police job. Hey, getting her phone back, saving her pictures. Hey, Serena, give your boy Diddy Mac a call. But hey, I would not want to be in his position because again, Serena beating everybody on the tennis court and also out here, but her boyfriend needs to be slapped.
All right, Joe. All right, come on now. Come with it. Tell us why Serena was acting like Superwoman.
Well, let me tell you, First Lady, she was acting like Superwoman because she was just being herself. Fact is, she said the man was standing there talking a little too long. He was just hanging around. She had a cell phone on the chair. And with a cell phone on the chair, she wasn't really paying too much attention to him, but he hanging around too long. He talking too much. This guy's a little weird. Yes. All of a sudden, he walks by, sweeps the cell phone, and keep it moving. But again, like everybody else has said, he didn't realize she knows hood. She knows how to look out the corner of her eyes. She knows how to check stuff out around her. And she noticed immediately that cell phone is missing. Where you at? Where you at? That's the problem. And so she hurdled a couple chairs, ran up. And you know what? To be honest, you just said she was sitting with a guy who may not have paid that much attention because he might not even have them experiences. We calling him a wimp. We call him a little, we're talking about the man like he's wimpy. No, he might be. Huh? Yeah. Okay, he punked out. But anyway, she went and got the cell phone, and the brother she got it from was, he was scared, and he was scared for good reason. But then again, this $1 million woman chasing down just a basic little burglar by herself. Is she Superwoman? Boy, this is some real stuff on that phone, bro. Oh, yeah.
I told you it was on there. I told you it was on there.
First Lady, I just have to interject. Brothers, I'm warning you now. These women are showing. Now, look, if your butt is slow, lacking, halfway doing, you will get leaped over and left. Now, I think the message here is that Serena might have a job posting for a new boyfriend. So watch this space.
Yeah. All I agree with you, Ronnie B. All right, Dizzy Mac, over to you.
Thank you, First Lady. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my fears, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a milestone. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion. Overpowering. Over the competition, I'm towering. Wrecked and shot when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest. That'll all get you sliced and diced. Competition paying up price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. We're not talking about Jack Dempsey versus Louis Firpo, George Foreman versus Ron Lyle, one of my all-time favorites. I saw that fight. Or Larry Holmes versus Kid Norton, another good fight. We're talking about the knockout punch owner, Martha Ford of the Detroit Lions, who play like distracted kittens. Meow, meow. Landed on the president and GM. Wow. The woeful Lions look like they would be better off with the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. I need a heart. It's Caldwell gone. It's Matthew Stafford, the Tony Romo of the NFC North, or simply another Jake Cutler, the Butler. Can Donald Trump fix the fix? The Mustang, the Thunderbird, truck lovers, and Barry Sanders are asking, what you saying? Well, Detroit has underperformed this year. I don't know, but she had to do something. And, of course, it landed on the GM and president's chin. Wow! Like a George Foreman punch, like a Jack Dempsey punch. Knocked them out. But, hey, she is hoping to use him as an example. Team, get it together. Jim Caldwell, get it together because you're on the hot seat. I'm talking about he should be sweating bullets, Ryan. You know, Ronald, he's sweating bullets. Joe, he over there nervous, calling you, saying, man, what's the line? What's the line? What's my chances? Yeah, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, I don't know. Hard. Megatron playing like, you know, just another ordinary athlete. Wide receivers, Matthew Stafford having trouble. They can't run the ball. Defense getting torched. Midas Mind.
Let me tell you something. And one, I'm gonna start with Megatron. Yeah, this is not Calvin Johnson's fault. This really is not his fault. You got a quarterback that is not that good.
Preach.
He was not that good from the start. He really wasn't. And number two, when Sue, everybody talks about how Sue was a problem in the locker room, how he was a cancer, how dirty a player he was. The man brought attitude to the Detroit Lions. In other words, he was a guy that took all the heat and took all the pressure and let everybody else do their thing on the football field. Now, as for Megatron, you can't do anything if you ain't got if they don't throw the ball to him. And if you can't throw the ball if you don't have a running game. So this is a problem. So my thing is Jim Caldwell gone? He should resign.
Just jump. Don't walk the plane, just jump.
You might as well just resign. I mean, they're 0 for the season or whatever. They're already gone. And as for Matthew Stafford being the Romo of the NFC North, at least Romo can play. You can see how much they appreciate Romo in Dallas.
You're a Dallas fan.
I'm not a Dallas fan. I'm just telling you the truth. Ever since Romo left, the offense went to pot in Dallas, right? So let's be clear. At least Dallas can use Romo. He hasn't won but one playoff game, but he's better than Matthew Stafford. And as for Jay Cutler got all the talent in the world. He's just a mental case. That's all. And they won a couple of. And you know something? Right now, Chicago Bears are better than Detroit Lions.
That's true.
True.
That's Ronald Agers, contributing writer for Full Court Press, chiming in. Well, Joe, man, he hit you hard with that Dallas comment. What you got to say?
This is Matt. Let me just say this. I blame this whole topic on our producer, Ronnie Bassett. Because this is the same story as the first story. Martha Ford just said, hey, y'all two flunkies, my team and ran off in the corner with it, and I need to come get it back. Oh, yes. And Martha Ford leaped over 2 chairs just like Serena and said, we won at 7. And I'm paying all this money? Really? Oh, no. Really? I'm the shot caller. Me, Martha. Woman power. I'm the shot caller. And I ain't going to start down there with Caldwell. That might have some social issues. This is Detroit. Detail. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to start with the people who hired the folks who producing this loser that I'm paying multi-millions for. I got to tip my hat to the old girl because she done stood up and called a shot. And before you men out there go, oh, okay, what if they lose for the next 4 or 5 games? Well, what if they do? They 1-7. She can't get worse than that. She might as well attack. She is bringing the attitude, like Ronald said, that Sue used to have. Let's just elder lady get down and demand some respect. I love it.
Hey. Well, you took well, but hey, he said a mouthful there, but you got the first lady, and you know she's weighing in tough with this one. First lady.
Are you done? I agree with you 100% because it's very unusual for a president and a GM to be fired midway through the season. I mean, usually that's something that, they'll get rid of the coach. But she definitely wanted to change what was going on. They had been there since 2008, so she really placed the blame where the blame needed to be placed on the people that did the hiring and created the team and did all of the draft picks and everything. So she wanted to start from the top, and that's what she did because leadership begins at the top. And, she did something that her husband wouldn't do. So, the Detroit Lions have been bad for a long time. So her husband should have done it. So you're right. She is superwoman because she came and did it. And now I guess she has a lot of respect for Caldwell because he probably should have been gone too. But she's going to give him a chance. And Matthew Stafford, he's more like Jay Cutler because, every once in a while they show some spark and some improvement as a quarterback, but then guess what? You can't win with them. And Matthew Stafford is on the last leg of his contract. So at this point, between the coach and Matthew Stafford, it to me is going to be dead man coaching and dead man quarterbacking because they both probably will be gone at the end of the season, and they're going to start all over with Detroit. They're going to have to do everything from the beginning, and more power to Martha Ford. She showed who's in charge.
And also, I can say something else too. They probably learned a lot from Matt Millen. Remember when he ran Barry Sanders off, didn't give him his contract and everything, and then he just retired. And he said, "Don't worry about it, Barry Sanders will come back." Barry Sanders never came. We still waiting on him to come back, and he really destroyed that franchise and set them back years and whatnot. And you got to give kudos to Martha Ford for learning from her husband's past mistakes. So they did not want to go through that again, and don't nobody want to go through that 0-16 thing debacle they had a few years ago.
No. But Jim Caldwell snitched. He snitched on them. That's why he got his job. He said.
You do too much snitching. They're just pathetic and bad. Okay.
Well, that too. Well, First Lady, go ahead and take it over from here.
The first 2 listeners to email us or send a shout-out why the boxers mentioned are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our friends at sportsacademy.com and an additional $25 gift card from our partners at nflshop.com. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from VenoMiss on the first part of Shout-Out.
Free Mr. Vine. Martha, they did everything.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out adamandeve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at adamandeve.com.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from VenoMiss.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout-out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. This morning we have VenoMiss out of Orange, New Jersey with her album, Heiress of the Echelon. All right, DJ, let's hear They Want.
Yeah. VenoMiss. Yeah. All right. Yes, that fat, my pocket stack, I'm young and I stay getting it. I'm live as hell, you shy as hell, these 808s be hitting it. They all the same, never fly the flame, I be out here and I'm living it. My hair is right, my vibe is tight, you rob me cause I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Borderline getting belligerent. Pumps and handguns, I'm ignorant. Stepping on hoes inconsiderate. Like move. Me, I'm out there sitting on the injured list. Y'all come with an answer this, the way it compose flows like symphonies. It's ridiculous. Who's next? We are the list. My team burning cats like a pot of grits. Never backing down, watch the see the fifth. I'm infinite. We into this. On overtime like infinite. You blasphemous, no innocence. Fuck mad it till you met VenoMiss. Please. I got no kind of chillin' me when it comes down to who the f*** that I be. I just call it like I see it, cause you soundin' kinda like the old me. And I'm not afraid, I got heart for days. Plotting on the game cause I'm far from paid. Money on my mind, I got stuff to sway. Far from me, wait to let people eat. You talk cash to me, I'ma let you speak. They stay talking trash like garbage heat. You take never one spot like boss in the air.
Hands up in the air, but this is not a sticker. I do this for my people. If you down, you gotta get up. They want VenoMiss, they so VenoMiss. I'm so VenoMiss. I got your hands up in the air, we holding up the ceiling. Reaching for the sky, cause you know I got that feeling. They want VenoMiss, they so VenoMiss. I'm so VenoMiss.
Merciful dangerous, ain't too many can hang with us. Straight up boss, don't play with us. These rap cats hilarious. Fake that love to talk like they walk the walk. Catch them on the block and they all shot. See me coming out, I gotta play it off. I'm reaching for my side like a floor cross. It's go time, I go off. I get mine, they so lost. Can't follow me cause my movements stay so superhuman. And the humans that I was meant to rap, never chasing that, but it found me back. Take rap too hard and dismantle that. Like an athlete pro, go handle that. Man, where my phantom at? Middle finger up, I'm like waving back. In the parking lot like so ambient. Walking in the club like a champion. In the hood bar, solo cup, Grey Goose knot. Don't get I'm different and they out of luck. Chicks come and go, but I'm level up. Not malevolent, just prevalent. Flow so hard, it's veteran. Testimony in my heart like a reverend. Celebrating in the hood like a veteran. I'm a secret weapon. I'm a boss like Spitface, Jetsons. Firearm, I ain't giving them a reference. You never work again, no separate.
Hands up in the air, but this is not a sticker. I do this for my people. If you down, you gotta get up. They want VenoMiss, they so VenoMiss. I'm so VenoMiss. I got your hands up in the air, we holding up the ceiling. Reaching for the sky, cause you know I got that feeling. They want VenoMiss, they so VenoMiss. I'm so VenoMiss.
Ooh, she's striking like with her venom. All right, let's go to the panel. All right, Ronald, what did you think about They Want? Are you going to give the track a shout out, or are you going to hit the mute button?
I'm gonna give that a shout out. Let me tell you something. Usually in this day and age, rap music don't really, or hip hop they call it now. I'm still in the rap day, but usually hip hop music they don't use subject verb agreements. That one right there, I could actually understand what in the world those people were saying. I'm a roll with that. You know something, because the production value was up there. The production value was up there. I can roll with that.
You can roll with it.
Go ahead and give it a shout out.
Subject verb agreement. No be talking. All right, go ahead, Joe. Give us your pick. Are you going to give this song a shout out, or are you going to hit the mute?
First Lady, I thought that was flowing. And I'm not smart as Ronald. When he's talking about subject-verb agreement, I could understand what she was saying, and she was flowing, and I thought that was nice. But because I could understand, immediately she messed around and in the first verse talked about how fine she was, and she is who you would call thickalicious. Her music is on point. She is flowing. I want to give it a shout-out for VenoMiss, Roberta.
Okay.
VenoMiss on the treadmill, too, baby.
All right.
Ooh. All right, First Lady, you better back away.
Like a treadmill, okay. All right, Dizzy Mac, what are you and the Shimmy Shake girls? You feeling VenoMiss?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Shimmy Shake girls that turned around and they were, shimming and shaking and, doing that dance. I saw Ronald over there, letting loose some dollar bills over there. Of course, Midas Mind have them crowded around them. So, yeah, we like that for the clubs doing their thing.
All right.
Give it a shout out.
Ronnie B, you shouting it out or hitting the mute button?
Well, the last time I liked a rap track was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. But I'm gonna tell you, when I first heard the initial opening, I was like, but then as I listened to it, I was like, the girl kind of jamming. I'm shouting it out.
You shouting it? I want to shout it out too because she's from my. I know Orange, New Jersey, because that's New Jersey and New York City.
Homer.
That's right.
That's where rap started. So VenoMiss definitely was flowing there. So I'm going to shout it out. On part 2 of shout out, we have another performance from VenoMiss. Can't wait to her second track. Is that the sound of my favorite underwater friend? Is it time for Flip It?
Yeah. All right, you know what time it is. It's that time of the show where we ask the panel to defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Todd Gurley is a bad man and is running amok. Now in Minnesota, which happens to have a team that is actually not woeful, Adrian Peterson is a bad man's bad man. We ask the panel to defend. Todd Gurley is young, hungry, and flat out good. He will have a better overall season than AP. Midas Mind. Defend. Ronnie B, First Lady, Dizzy Mac. Ron, let me say this. This boy hit the scene coming off a knee injury. And, we all expected a little something from him. But we didn't expect this. This man hit the scene and did something crazy. I'm looking at some really stupid stats here where he's played 5 games. 5 games. Not every game, just 5 of them. And I'm looking at 575 yards. Yeah. And an average per rush of 6.1 yards a carry. This is the NFL. This is the NFL, and that is St. Louis. So think in your mind, who are the powerful receivers that's making all this space for him by stretching the defense? Tavon Austin? Who? I'm saying that out of those 575 yards, his very first game was on 927, and he had 6 carries for 9 yards, only 1.5 yards a carry. They just want to see, is your knee right? Can you do this? Are you ready to start going? And since then, he has logged 146 against Arizona. Whoa, I said against Arizona. 159 against Green Bay. 128 against Cleveland. 133 against San Francisco. There is a new sheriff in town, folks. And I know you love AP. I love him too. I didn't even mind that he stripped the skin off his kid. He ran that good. But there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Ty Gurley. This is ridiculous.
Well, we heard the defense from Joe Midas Mind, a.k.a. Perry Mason Miller, but we want to hear the defense from my man, my buddy, the one with the shimmy-shaky girls, Dizzy Mac. Defend Ty Gurley is the man.
Ty Gurley has come in here like a house on fire. He's doing things that these other defenses have not seen. You have not seen this kind of combination type back in a long time. Somebody even compared him to Gale Sears, Hall of Fame.
Whoa, now.
Yes, Ty Gurley is doing things that
Watch yourself.
that AP wishes he could do. Averaging 115 yards a game. And, like Joe said, that's taking into account the 6-carry, 9-yard game in his first game. We won the game on the 27th of September. But this gentleman has taken the NFL by storm, and he is not going to let it go. He has just flew in and just rustled the top spot from AP, just like somebody should have jumped in and rustled AP to the ground last week in Chicago, which they didn't do. But that's another story. But Ty Gurley topped that. Chopped it. As we see, head to head, watch. That boy can go.
All right, we heard the defense from the Midas Mind, and we've heard the defense from Dizzy Mac. We are going to head over to Carolina, and we're asking our guest panelist, Ronald, to defend. Ty Gurley is young, hungry, and flat out good. He will have a better overall season than AP. Please defend.
Ty Gurley will have a better season than AP for this reason alone. He's fresh. He doesn't have the knowledge on the treads. He's not known. They don't know his tendencies yet. So he's on a little bit of a hot streak. He's feeling good. It's nothing. And more importantly, he looks like he is more prepared for the football game. Him coming out of Georgia, and more importantly, they're giving him the ball more. You have to have an opportunity as a rookie to get the ball. The Rams are giving him the ball because they really don't have anybody else to give the ball to. So with him getting the ball, it gives him more chance to succeed. That's why Todd Gurley will have a better season than AP.
You heard the defense from Ronald, but let's hear the defense from the First Lady. Over to you.
Todd Gurley will have a better overall season than AP because this rookie already is the first rookie in NFL history to rush for 125-plus yards in 4 consecutive games. He has more yards rushing in his first 4 NFL starts. 566th in any rookie in Super Bowl era. That's better than AP when he was a rookie. Now, as Dizzy Mack said, yeah, Gurley is ranked number 1 in rushing yards. He's tied for second with 7 runs of 20 yards. His running has translated to victories for the Rams. I mean, that's when you know you're good. Translate to victories. He's already started 4 games, and they are 3-1 since he was put in the starting position. They could have put him at the beginning of the season as the starting running back. Who knows what his records would be? You know, AP has been the man for so many years, but Todd Gurley is showing that he will be the top running back this year with AP yards, and I mean real yards behind him.
Ooh, real yards.
Whoa.
AP. Well, you've heard the powerful defense from our panel. I'm scratching my head because this is flipping. So we asked the panel we flipped the script and we asked the panel to defend the opposing view. And I said I'm scratching my head because that defense was I'm all on Todd Gurley's jock. But panel defend. AP is rested and ready and will kick booty. He will have a better overall season. Dizzy Mack defend.
Man, Adrian Peterson is the man. I don't care what. You shake his hand, you almost go down to both knees. Hey, Adrian Peterson runs angry, hard, harder than any other running back. So he's gonna bust several plays in a game. Just keep feeding him the ball. He's exactly what Teddy Bridgewater needs, a running game. And he's out there, man, doing his thing. Like I said, last week they couldn't stop him in Chicago. They called out big buckets. They called out refrigerators. They called out my secretary. They couldn't stop him.
Richard did.
Hey, he was too scared. You know, he didn't even jump out there. He was in his mink coat up in the press box. But AP is the man. Like I said, you don't put together the number of seasons he's put together, which, hey, that's the test of time, baby. You got to give it up for the test of time. We ain't talking about 5 games. 5 games making a career? Nah, get off that boy job. Jump on AP's back, because he's going to carry the load like he's always done. Don't bet against him. He still can play till he's 40, like he said.
All right, we heard the defense from Dizzy Mack. I don't know about that 40, but Joe Midas Mind Miller, defend. AP will have a better overall season.
You know, we ain't quite halfway through the season. And we had a guy in Adrian Peterson who took a whole year off. A year off is normally a death sentence for a career. You don't stay in shape the same way. You can work out and do what you want to do, but it ain't football playing shape. You ain't taking hits. You ain't running through stuff. You ain't making cuts after taking hits and then getting down for getting your speed on when you got to get your speed on. Adrian Peterson, and you better ask his kid, he stayed in practice on spankings and behind. Oh, yeah. Once he gets back in practice, and he's about there now, look out. He is going to end this season with a fury. Now, Todd Gurley is obviously a great running back. It's obvious. The man came out fine on all cylinders. But these same cylinders he's fine on is what we've been seeing from AP all the way up to last year when he had to sit and let his muscles atrophy down into superhuman. Now that we're here, now that it's on, he's getting ready to put the skin off some of these defenses. AP is going to have a better season because, as the young child told me, he runs with fury.
Now, we heard the defense of the Midas Mind.
Put the skin off.
But we need to hear the defense from Ronald. And now Ronald defend AP is rested, ready, and will kick booty. He will have a better overall season than Todd Gurley. Please defend.
Okay. First things first. There's a phrase I like to use. The sun shines on a dog's behind sometimes. Todd Gurley has just been playing for only 67 games. So now he's supposed to have a career. Now he's supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. And they comparing him to Gale Sayers. Stop. Let's stop that. We don't need to do all that. He's only been in the league a few years. Okay, listen, 4 or 5 games ain't 10 years like AP. Let's see. He had 20 attempts for 133 yards against the 49ers. Who can't do that? The Browns, 19 for 128. It's the Browns. Play somebody. Okay, maybe we're going to give him the Packers for 30 for 159. Okay, that's fine. Okay, he has 94 attempts, 575 yards. Okay, so what? Let's be clear right here. Number one, Adrian Peterson, who I believe was done wrong by the NFL and Minnesota Vikings for the incident with his son. We do not know that's a cultural type thing. We do not understand. A lot of people do not understand it. The media is known to take it out of proportion. That's one. Number two, Adrian Peterson is probably still pissed off because of what the Minnesota Vikings did to him. They didn't back him up. They didn't defend him like somebody that should be loyal and been running for them for almost 10 years now, over about a decade now. That's number two. They didn't give him the money he wanted. So you know what he did? He held out. When he held out, he lost a little bit of his swagger. He lost a little bit of his rhythm. He lost a little bit of the shape that he needs to play football. Now that he has started to round into football shape, he will continue to do what he's been doing for the longest. I'm so tired of people talking about Todd Gurley. Okay, listen, I'm not knocking the fact that he's doing well, and he has set a record. But you know something? You can set records for rookies every year. You want to know why? Because rookies do not play they do not start in the National Football League. They're usually brought in 2 to 3 years prior to sit behind somebody for 2 to 3 years, and then when that one falls off the cliff, they insert that person in. The only reason Todd Gurley is doing so well is because, let's see, who's the quarterback for the Rams? I'll wait. My point is that Adrian Peterson will have a better So I will say Adrian Peterson will have a better season in the better second half of the season. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot too. One more thing. They have this. I heard the National Football League. They have this thing called video. So in other words, what they're going to do is they're going to take all the video to learn the tendencies of Todd Gurley in these first 5 games that he did so well in, and then they're going to put him on this chalkboard called a scouting report. When they had a scouting report, that means they will say, this is what we're going to do to stop Todd Gurley. When Todd Gurley realizes that he's on the top of the board, and he's part of the training, it's part of the scouting report, he might have just a little bit more problems than he's having right now. He's doing well now, but when they catch up to him, let's see what he does for the rest of the year when they have that thing called video on him, when they have videotapes and stuff, when they can see him on YouTube and stuff like that. And we'll see what he can do after that.
That's real.
All right, you heard the defense from Ronald. The NFL teams don't need YouTube. Ask the Patriots. But we're going to ask the First Lady.
Well, Ronald just did my defense because that's the point that I was going to hit on because, Adrian Peterson, he rewrote the record books as a rookie and he continues to be elite running back in the NFL. But let's face it, opposing teams always have AP as a targeted person. He's always on, he's always the running back that the defenses want to stop. He's the team's defense's first stop. And he still gets his yards. And, as Ronald said, teams did not have Todd Gurley on their radar. So he was able to run amok against these teams. But, however, now the defenses will have a plan against him. So let's see if he can keep the same numbers as AP. And, AP has elite athleticism. He has power running style and always can make the big plays. Now, don't get me wrong, Todd Gurley is good, but we do not need to compare him to the great Adrian Peterson because he still has a long ways to go to achieve what AP has done and will continue to do this year. So it's about AP, and he'll have a better season than Todd Gurley.
Get on it.
All right, you heard the defense from our panel on both sides of the view, and I was surprised no one on the panel mentioned that who would be, since the question was who would have an overall, that remember that AP can catch the pass coming out the backfield. Anytime you get the ball in AP's hands. But First Lady, take us to break.
Stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It, Part 2.
Quit throwing them big face hundreds, Ronald. The Shimmy Shake girls love it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, how special. Oh, beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, how adorable is that?
Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay, yes. And don't even think about touching my edible arrangements.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com. Yeah.
Oh, my. What a nice looking baby you got there.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
Welcome back. You are listening to Bras, Panties and Sports. It is time for the funnies. All right, Dizzy Mac, over to you.
Thank you, First Lady. And we do have our Need to Grow story of the season. This is 34. Wyoming has gonorrhea billboard removed after complaint.
No!
Yes, get rid of that. Gillette, Wyoming. A controversial billboard proclaiming Wyoming has gonorrhea has been removed from a street in Gillette about a month after it was installed. Installed by the Wyoming Department of Health, the billboard went viral after posts on several social media sites. The billboard, which was designed to encourage residents to get tested for sexually transmitted infections, resulted in numerous complaints to the department after pictures of the advertisement went viral. The billboard was removed last week. Critics call for a more educational approach for the campaign rather than a blunt message at the side of Highway 59. Midas Mind from the Wyoming Department of Health defended the blunt approach in mid-October. Obviously, some people are shocked, but it's getting attention for the important cause, which is what it was designed to do. Right. And the Wyoming Department of Health needs to grow for not thinking people might be upset. Man.
Gonorrhea commercials in Wyoming.
That is cold. That is cold.
Not the South Side.
Wyoming has gonorrhea. Oh, wow.
Strap it up.
That's what.
Make sure you put on two. Make sure you put on two.
No, we just had to pass all together.
Hey, that's one of them states that, hey, you don't want to be messing around. Bear back. All right. Hold on now. You can't be getting water on my bearskin rug, but gosh darn it, if water is splashing, you must know it's time for our favorite underwater friend. It's time for Flip It.
All right, you know it is time for Flip It. where our panel defends a point and then flips the script and defends the opposing view. The Green Bay Packers are runaway favorites to win the NFC North, and many have them in the Super Bowl. After last week's performance, we asked the panel, are the Packers winners or pretenders? Panel defend, calm down, Packer Nation, and discount double check. One loss does not a pretender make. The Packers are winners. Joe Midas Mind, defend.
This is very difficult for me to defend, Ronnie. Because
we both grew up in Chicago.
And I don't need to be defending these cheeseheads. But the Packers are 6-1. They got one loss, and that one loss is against an undefeated team. Now, Minnesota's 5-2, but give me a break. The bad man, probably the best quarterback in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately, is a cheesehead. I would like to say that they're going to fall off the cliff tomorrow. I would like to say that Chicago's going to race up and take it out. But Satan prevails.
Plus, you ain't done them kind of drugs.
No.
Even if you do drink Steel Reserve.
What I tell you, Satan prevails. I don't know why Green Bay is on top. It's ridiculous.
Okay, well, we heard the defense from the Midas Mind. Dizzy Mac, please defend.
Green Bay is Green Bay. You know they're going to always put out a good team. Man, it's no different than previous years. To win the NFC title, you got to go to Green Bay at some point. They're playing the best right now. Still a lot of season to go, but right now, Green Bay is going to be a hard out in them playoffs. And you're going to look at having to play the majority, if not all those games, at Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. So, no, Green Bay is doing what they do. Aaron Rodgers does what he does. Discount double checks. Looks like he's got it all under control. Always putting the ball to the right spot, no matter who's out there catching. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to discount, but hey, you got Carolina out there undefeated. You got some undefeated teams, you got some good teams, so it's gonna be hard. But hey, Green Bay wouldn't surprise me. They go back bowling, Super Bowling.
All right. All the way from Charlotte, Ronald, please defend. One loss does not a pretender make.
You know something? If the Packer Nation, which I sincerely doubt, is panicking after what happened last week, they're really not fans, and they really don't know the National Football League. Okay, Peyton Manning went nuts, and it's still warm outside. Look, when it gets cold, this is when the good teams come out and play. They're going to they'll win the NFC North as long as Aaron Rodgers is there. They'll win the NFC North as long as Mike McCarthy is the coach. So that's not going to be a problem. The problem is when they get into the playoffs, where they've had problems, they've had issues with Mike McCarthy taking over the play calling, which he has rectified and moved on. He took away the play calling and whatnot, and then and relegated that to somebody else. They're 6-1. They're 6-1. They lost to the Denver Broncos, who has an outstanding defense, which I think is probably the number one defense in the National Football League. So they lost the game. So what? You don't win games winning 16 games in the regular season. The New England Patriots showed us that a few years back. So they went 18-0, and then they lost in the Super Bowl, and they were 18-1, and they were no longer they weren't champions. I think the team that did win. I think the team that did win was 9-7. It was bad. The Giants they lost a lot of games. They lost at least 6. They were Super Bowl champions that year. The New England Patriots won 1 game. They were not the champs. So Eli Manning, who was even worse, is probably a worse quarterback than Aaron Rodgers is. 2-time Super Bowl champion. So everybody, let's just relax. And again, what week are we in? We're not even in the halfway part of the season yet. Let's not go Todd Gurleying this situation right now. They're fine. They'll be okay. No problem. These guys are not pretenders. These guys are contenders. They will be contenders. They will be winners as long as Aaron Rodgers can stand up straight and as long as Mike McCarthy is fine. This has happened. They will always be. They've been winners ever since they told Brett Favre to go away. Period. Point blank.
Well, we heard the defense from Ronald, and he says they are winners and contenders. And but First Lady, your defense.
Packer Nation, please don't fear. That bad man Aaron Rodgers only had one bad game. Now you know Aaron Rodgers is going to be up to the challenge against the Panthers this week, and they have such a soft schedule. Aaron will have several great passing games in the upcoming games. Come on now. He has games against the Lions. Actually, he plays them twice. You got to play them twice. So you know that's going to be an easy win. They got to pay the Bears, the Vikings 2 times. Packer Nation, you guys don't have anything to worry about. Your team will cakewalk to the playoffs as winners. Please. Y'all need to stop.
All right. You heard the defense from the panel. I'm scratching my head because I have no idea how they're going to be able to flip it given those defenses. But they will. Panel defend. The Packers made Peyton look like Brady. It's some holes in that pack of cheese. They are pretenders. And the NFC North makes them look better. Dizzy Mac, defend.
Oh, see, them Packers fans, them cheeseheads going crazy. But see, they went out there, played Denver, and Denver smacked them upside the head. They were like, shut that noise up coming in here. This is Rocky Mountain High. Pass the joint. Shut up. Up, pass. Colorado. They pretenders. Because, again, once they get up against a good defense, you smack them up. And they shut up. Pretenders. Cheeseheads. Discount double checks. All you Lambo leaping fans, you're going home sooner rather than later. No soup for you.
All right. You heard the defense from Dizzy Mac, but we're going to move on from, like I said, we're going to head out all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. Ronald, the Packers made Peyton look like Brady. It's some holes in that pack of cheese. They are pretenders, and the NFC North makes them look better. Please defend.
You'll see it tomorrow. Cam Newton's going to show you all you need to know. That defense is getting a little bit. That defense is getting a little bit older. The linebacking core is not as good as it used to be. Clay Matthews is a little bit off. And here's the thing: when they go to the play, here's the issue with the Packers. If you can make Aaron Rodgers just a little bit uncomfortable, he tends to get happy feet. If you can get your hands up and make him throw the ball just a little bit higher, and you have a decent defense, they turn into a little bit of a problem. I really haven't seen the Green Bay Packers really rise to the occasion of postseason level of play yet. They had a little bit of problem last year. They should have lost to Dallas as opposed to that Des Bryant ridiculous catch that they said it was incomplete. So what remains to say, and the fact that Mike McCarthy gave up calling duties should show a lot to a lot of people that's not paying. That should show a lot to NFL fans, considering the fact that there's a little bit of a problem within the organization of how this team is being handled in the postseason. So for that reason, I will call them pretenders.
The great pretenders. First Lady, defend.
You know, of course the Packers are pretenders. When your defense gives up more than 500 yards in the last 2 games, the Packers really should be glad they only lost one of those games.
Yeah.
The Packers in 8 weeks only played 2 teams with winning records. And when they played the Seahawks, they were struggling. And now, Packers are in the division with the woeful Detroit Lions and Chicago Bears. No wonder why they look like an elite team. I mean, you have a weak schedule, so when you get to the playoffs, you are going to have problems against elite teams. And that's why I continue to call you pretenders. Come on, Green Bay fans, you need to discount, double-check their team because I don't see the Super Bowl in sight.
Ooh. Well, you've heard our panel this week. That's the end of Flip It. First Lady, over to you.
It's time to see who will be the hardball champ. Who be the hardball champ? Drum roll. All right, did the drum roll. Okay. All right. Well, the hardball champ definitely is not me. I can tell you that right now because, unfortunately, I had a rough week trying to pick those New York Mets thinking that they will win.
What?
And, the New York Mets. And I ended up with a minus 19,100 points.
Yeah.
Busy Mac ended up with 11. Well, no, this is from last week. You know, the last one, 11,000 points. Joe had 21,000 points. So
That's what I'm talking about.
hardball champ is Joe with 30,400 points.
Baby.
Yeah, baby, Joe. You know baseball. Dizzy Mac ends up with 13,300 points, and I'm in the negative. It doesn't even make sense for me to go over to other people. It's just Joe, you the winner. Congratulations to Joe. You have that minus. You have that touch, Joe. You're the baseball champ. So.
I'd like to make a short speech about how humble I am, and I knew this all the time.
Yeah, but you'd have to be humble.
Congrats to Joe. We're going to check in on our...
He needs something to hang his hat on, given he up there in Dallas.
Yeah, he does. All right. On the other side of the break, we have another performance from VenoMiss on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
What up, Dallas?
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at AdamandEve.com.
You're listening to Broad Panties and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows. And from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. First Lady, over to you.
All right, we have another performance from VenoMiss. All right, DJ, let's hear Clap.
Do you want to dance? Yeah. Moving, grooving, slip and slide. Yeah. Come on, baby, don't you ride. So busy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, come on, come on, come on.
I'm not here for your respect, I'm here to make a scene. Stepping in the club like a queen. Say hands up, catch them reaching for the beams. While you skydiving off the bar from the lean. Seems weak, roll with bad sweet tens. Fly without Gucci over Ben. They old news, call them past tense. We out here every day, tell your friend to bring a friend. Now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap. Stop, take them all up top. Nice waist, cute face. Honey is a problem. They think they can solve them. Treat them like a Tom, no pop them and dissolve them. When I'm on my jersey grind, they saying don't involve them. They say I'm hot a little bit, I call them all ridiculous. They say I'm looking at a bull, I call my shit licorice. Vinny on the next flow, chicks is all oblivious. Heavy on the stash though, pocket stack ridiculous. We out in this club as a unit and we murking everything while these chicks looking foolish. Live from the pit of VI with to rock, I'm still VenoMiss. Rubber from dust the block. Slow motion to make them work. Bottle service with purpose. We came to make it hurt. We style, they laying in the dirt. Personality over swag. This lane is not rehearsed. I've been me. And still me on a bus or in a Bentley. Even on my bummy days, they empty in the club looking right, and we causing such a frenzy. Hands up. If can't nobody ever tell you nothing, hands up. You got paid and you ain't even frontin', hands up. One time you hitting up the button, put your hands back down if you ain't about nothing. Now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap, now clap. Stop. Bass drop. Now clap, clap, now clap. Let's get it. Now rock, just rock with it. Let's rock. Now rock. Tell them haters get off your job. Yeah. New York, DC, Jersey, just for you.
Okay, clap. All right, let's go to the panel. All right, Ronald, what did you think of VenoMiss clap?
No. How about this? Shout out to whoever produced it. Mute to VenoMiss on the rap. It was no. The producer. I like the way he put it. He laid down the track, but what was on top of it? No. I'll pass.
You gonna pass on that one? All right, Dizzy Mac.
Oh yeah, we hitting the mute button on this one. Like they were trying to go for that pop hit, and they went for that flop hit.
All right, Joe, give me your. You gonna give some love to VenoMiss on clap?
I'm gonna have to give her much love. Hey, look, I'm from a place where the shooting ain't on tape. It's and I think she's standing with a microphone in her hand, firing off shots. I think that's the real stuff. I think VenoMiss is the stuff Legend is made of. And if y'all mess around and hear that 2-3 times on the radio, you'd be bopping to it. VenoMiss? Girl, if you can keep doing like this, you don't even have to hit the treadmill. You got money coming.
All right, Ronnie B.
I like the. I'm giving it a shout out. I like the energy, and I like that shout out.
Me too. I didn't see any. Well, I understand where Ronald was coming from. I thought the strong part was the track, the music. That had me going. The energy, like you said, Ronnie B. So that's why I'm getting the shout out. I mean, VenoMiss, she was okay, but it was definitely the track itself. All right, so that's the end of the shout-out. If you like what you heard from VenoMiss, check her out at VenoMissWorld.com. And I'm going to spell it as VenoMiss world.com. If you like what you heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. All right, it's time for the NFL picks. I have been the NFL champ 3 times, and will this be the year I'm unseated? No.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't
First
look
Lady,
good. All right.
we need to make a correction. On the picks, it shows Titans versus Texans, and that was a typo. So scratch that game.
Scratch that game. All right. So I can see where. Let's get to it. All right. So let's get to the games. It's 25 points per game. Okay. Well, first of all, let me get to the scores from last week. All right. Joe, you came through with that upset pick, so you ended up with 4,200 points. I had 2,700 points. Joe had Dizzy Mac had 950 points. So the total so far, Dizzy Mac is in the lead with 10,850 points. Joe is 10,525 points. And I'm at 5,750 points. All right. So gentlemen have gone way ahead of me, but that's okay. So let's get to the games. Dolphins versus the Bills. 25 points per game. All right, Ronald, who do you have? Dolphins or the Bills?
I got the Dolphins. They're doing a better job now that Philbin's gone. I think the Bills just have to. They have no discipline whatsoever. I know everybody in New York is saying, well, Rex Ryan's your problem now. I'm going with Dolphins.
All right. Joe, who do you have?
I'm going to have to roll with the Bills. Rex Ryan knows how to prolong his job.
All right. Dizzy Mac, who do you have?
We're going with the Bills.
Buffalo.
All right. This is a tough game because everything rides on this game. The Bills need to win it. The Dolphins really need to win it. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Rams versus Vikings. Joe, who do you have?
I think the Vikes want to make a run at the NFC North, and this is AT trying to fight against Todd Gurley. Let's get it.
All right, yeah, this is a great matchup. Ronald, who do you have? Rams or the Vikings?
The Vikings are just better. I don't think the Rams are ready for prime time yet. I'm going with the Vikings.
Dizzy Mac, who do you have?
I'm going with them Rams. They going up there, turn the Vikings into Vikings.
I'm on the fence with this one. Yeah, but you know what? Let me go with the Vikings. I mean, even though Todd Gurley was playing well, but you know, the St. Louis Rams, they have a great defense too, so they can stop AP. But I'm going to go with the Vikings in a very close game. All right, Jaguars versus the Jets.
I'm surprised at you, First Lady.
Huh?
I'm surprised at you. Normally, you don't be scarred. You got
Okay. Let's see, Jaguars versus the Jets. I'm going to go with the Jets. They need to have a good game after last week's shellacking from the Raiders. So I got the Jets. Dizzy Mac, who do you have?
I'm going to go with them Jets. Jets.
All right, Joe, who do you have?
We've got Revis Island all over Robinson. And Alan Hearns being handled on the other side. Big game for Julius Thomas. Let's go, Jaguars.
All right, Ronald, who do you have? The Jaguars or the Jets?
Jaguars. Anyway, I got the Jets, man. Jaguars stink. Ain't nothing else to be said. I mean, let's be real. There ain't no analysis for this. The Jacksonville Jaguars have stunk for a long time. I think the last time they were a decent team was when Mark Brunell was their quarterback, and he works for ESPN.
Okay. All right, let's go to the scoop. Which quarterback will throw the most interceptions? Jay Cutler or Andrew Luck? 1,500 for the correct answer, minus 800 for the incorrect answer. Well, I'm definitely going with Luck because, I mean, he had 3 interceptions last week, and actually Jay didn't have any. So Jay Cutler didn't have any, so I'm going to go with Luck. He is not lucky when it comes to interceptions. All right, Dizzy Mac.
Jay Cutler. The weather's starting to get bad, and Jay Cutler's starting to get worse.
All right. Joe, who do you have?
Does Jay Cutler play for one of them teams?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
yes,
he
he
didn't have
does.
no picks last week. He's way overdue. Jay Cutler.
All right, and Ronald?
I'm gonna go with Andrew Luck. Jay Cutler's pretty much on his best behavior because everybody is convinced in Chicago that they don't need him anymore.
All right, who will score more points? Jameis Winston or the 49ers? 900 for the correct answer, minus 600 for the incorrect. Right, because is it Blaine, what's his name? Blaine Gabbert is the quarterback for the 49ers? All right, so who's going to have
better
more
get a cape.
points?
He better get a cape and a green defender ring.
All right, Ronald, Jameis Winston or the 49ers?
You know something? I'm just gonna go with Jameis Winston and his why. I don't like the way they treated Kaepernick, and on top of that, Blaine Gabbert gets killed. You know something? He will anyway, because you know something? They just traded Vernon Davis away. He ain't got no weapons anyway. Colin Kaepernick has probably been blessed. If anything, he needs to be in church on Sunday. I hope it's Jameis Winston. I might be wrong, but I'll take the minus 600.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Jameis. Okay. Joe.
First Lady, is this Jameis Winston versus the 49ers? Is this Tampa versus the 49ers? What is this question?
It's what the question says. Who's going to have more points, Jameis Winston or the 49ers? So maybe the producer can explain this one.
Does Jameis get them for passing or just for running it in?
Whatever way he gets points.
That's right.
He'll have more than the entire 49ers team.
Okay.
I understand the question.
49ers.
Okay, you got the 49ers. Okay, Joe not hearing this one. Okay. All right, you said the 49ers. Dizzy Matt?
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
I'm going to go with Jameis Winston. I got it. Look, the 49ers couldn't barely score points when Kaepernick was playing. So now you got Blaine Gabbert, whatever his name is. Come on now. I'm going to go with Jameis Winston. All right, who will have more points? Cam Newton or Washington? 1,800 for the correct answer, minus 900 for the incorrect answer. All right, Joe, since you were confused with the last one, I'm going to go with you.
Cam, and I don't care how the points are scored. Cam.
Okay, Cam Newton. All right, Dizzy Mac?
We go with Cam Newton, baby.
All right, you going with Cam and Ronald?
Cam Newton, because the Panthers ain't got no choice. If they want to win the game tomorrow, they better make sure he gets the ball a whole bunch.
All right, he's playing the Panthers are playing Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, and I forgot who Washington is playing.
Does it matter?
Does it matter? Washington, cousins. Hey, don't sleep on Washington. They had put up
that
points.
juggernaut, that offensive juggernaut.
Okay, well, you know what? Listen, this is 1,800 for the correct 900. All right, let me go with Cam. All right, which team will have more rushing yards, the Patriots or the Jaguars? Let me go with Dizzy Mac first.
We go with the Patriots, baby. Patriots.
Ronald?
I'm going to go with the Jaguars. They got that dink and dunk passing offense of the Patriots. You get the ball to Brady and make him make the decisions. I don't particularly see them running the ball. It's going to be Jaguars.
Joe?
I'm kind of like Ronald, but I'm going to take the Patriots because I think they got a lead and they'll run out the clock in the fourth quarter. Pats.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars, too. I think they run more than they pass. So, definitely Jaguars. The upsets. All right, let's go. Buccaneers will upset the Giants. Is that really an upset? All right, 5,000 for correct, minus 500 for the incorrect answer. All right, Dizzy Mac. Yes or no? Buccaneers will upset Giants.
No. Eli will show them. This is my time.
Ronald.
No, good Eli's back.
Joe.
Bad Eli won't be back. Bad Eli won't be back for at least 3 weeks.
Okay, Joe.
The Buccaneers believe Lovey now. They just beat Atlanta. Giants go down. Buccaneers.
Oh boy, this is a toughie one. Okay. Whew. Let me go with the Giants. I mean, they got stung the last time. Every time I go with the Giants, they just don't treat me nice. All right, but I'm going to go with the Giants. Panthers will upset the Packers. Joe. Oh, 7,500 for the correct answer, minus 1,500 for the incorrect answer.
Is that an upset? I don't know. I think the Panthers just beat the Packers.
That's what our producers have. Panthers will upset the Packers. Yes or no, Joe?
Yes, Panthers will upset the Packers.
Dizzy Mac.
Yes, the Panthers will upset the Packers.
Ronald.
No, they won't. Panthers don't have the receivers. They're not going to do it. And Ken Jr. will not go over the middle. It's just not going to happen. They'll put a box around Greg Olsen. Packers will win.
I'm going to say. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do you have more to say, Ron?
No, the Packers will win this game.
I agree with you on this, Ron. I'm going to say no. I think this is the team that the Panthers will lose to. So, I mean, I picked them last week. I think I was the only one to pick the Panthers over. I forgot who they played, but anyway.
Undercover cheeseheads. These are undercover cheeseheads.
No, I'm not a cheesehead, but, I mean, come on. Aaron Rodgers is going to come back. So I'm going to say no. Rams will upset the Vikings. Rams will upset the Vikings. Dizzy Mac.
Yes.
Ronald.
What?
No, I don't see it. Vikings will win.
What? Who? What?
Joe?
You know, we already picked this game. One for 25 points. This one for 1,500. But minus 50 is incorrect. I think I could pass Dizzy Mac if I go the opposite way. Vikings again. Vikings.
Try to play the odds.
All right. So you said no, they will not upset the Vikings. So I'm going to say no. All right. So we'll see what we did next we'll have our results from next week, and hopefully we'll do well. I know I need to catch up with the fellas. All right. Before we go, it's time to find out what we missed this week. Dizzy Mac, what did you miss this week?
Man, I miss being here with my family, being here with you and the Joe Midas Mind, and hey, Ronald, I missed, I was on vacation. I was all over the place doing everything Dizzy Mac could do with the Shimmy Shake Girls, and man, one thing I realized.
We glad you back, Dizzy Mac, and you will.
Dizzy Mac.
Yeah.
I can hear the girls you bring, brother.
Okay.
Know it.
All right. So, Joe, what did you miss this week?
I missed the college football panel that still found a way to put two SEC teams in the Final Four as it stands right now. We got LSU and Alabama. Alabama got a loss, and there's multiple teams out there without a loss. What's really going on? Where's the political power going in this thing? You know what? I hope LSU stomps Bama out this weekend so we can get one of them. Come on, man.
All right. Ronnie B., what did you miss?
What I missed was the police announcing that they want Serena to report the cell phone thief. I told you, they're going to get you. They're going to get you, boy. They're going to get you.
Okay. And Ronald, what did you miss?
Outside some sleep. I just missed what my man said about about Alabama and whatnot. Man, Alabama's they're playing for the best. They're playing the best conference in college football. They beat the brakes. They have one loss, but they beat the brakes off of everybody else since then. Man, why not? Why wouldn't they be in the top four?
Because we got TCU and Baylor out here, and they beat the brakes off everybody they touch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead.
It does depend on the teams that you play, man. Alabama has pretty much been the best college football team for the last 5 years. multi-time national champs. That does count for something.
They lose to Ronald.
Okay.
and y'all have to take that argument for the next show. First lady.
Well, I miss Gerald Green playing with the Miami Heat. For some reason, he had some undisclosed incident and is hospitalized. We still don't know why, what happened, but anyway. And Ronald, can you tell the fans where they can reach you at?
Yes, they can reach out to me like y'all did on LinkedIn. Please check out fullcourtpressradio.com. We got articles on there. It's basically brand new. It's basically about 6 weeks in. Fullcourtpressradio.com and all the NBA stuff that I write for, and also on LinkedIn.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being on the show and being a panelist.
Race
truly enjoyed you. Truly enjoy you, Ronald. Okay, this is Cheryl Smith and the crew, and you have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.